Okay, is it on? R-I-E-C. It's on. What?
It's called record.
I know. I'm just not time. Maybe we should feed them first.
Probably. I do think FanFic Critic would appreciate it if you maintained the status of her pets.
Okay, come on, let's go.
Okay.
How about you carry the camera? You can watch me feed them.
Oh, good lord.
Just for fun.
Alright.
That way, she can see this later. This is going to be another surprise. Hopefully she won't slit my throat this time.
Yes, bring that up and make her feel even worse.
Well, she's kind of gotten over it. Oh, I know. You act like you haven't been fed in ages. Right, that's the way. How do you expect me to feed you if you're in my way? I need to grab a knife. So it's been a long time since you've been over.
Yes, it has.
Dishwasher's clean, I believe. Sit. Told her 5 times. Oh, don't worry. I will, Susan, and then I never do because I'm an idiot. Oh, well. That's an egg for you.
Yeah.
Oh, I know. If you had some paint. Oh, my word. Look at them. They're like little road runners.
Yeah.
I know. It's been so long since you've been fed. Yeah, I'm sorry that she's not here. I got called away for something.
That's alright.
That's why I figured, you know what? I might as well do another freakout. Okay, I need to put it down. I need out of the way. There you go. Jeez.
Wow.
Silly things, aren't they?
Yes, they are. But adorable.
Oh, indeed. I do love them. I'm so glad that she said yes when I asked her if we could adopt them from my great home. This was before she passed away, mind you. She had found them, and she couldn't take care of them because the other cat wasn't getting along with them. And to be honest, the FanFic Critic was not fond about having cats at first. I had to really talk her into it. But she loves them, so she likes them. She won't admit it, but she does love them. All right then. Okay, so let's see. Thank you again for coming, though. I appreciate you agreeing to this.
Oh.
Especially after our past. I am a bit surprised that you're so willing to sit side by side with me.
It's not a big deal. Nothing's a big deal when you got cheats.
Indeed. Alright, so I composed a list of her more recent FanFic Critic Freakouts. Okay, so edit all of that out, Sue. Hello, this is Susan, and
It's me, Arcang3lAssassin, here with Susan.
so this is a special episode we're doing for the season premiere FanFic Critic. It's not going to be a numbered episode, it's going to be the next top 10 FanFic Critic Freakouts. So this season, I suppose, will have technically 21 episodes and not 20. But this isn't numbered because I don't want to mess around with their numbered system, so. But it's still this is like the unofficial season premiere in a sense because it's not an actual FanFic reading.
I think they get it.
Okay. So, I have 10 freakouts listed right here.
Yes.
Of her most recent freakouts. So, let's start off with number 10, the Rippity Rip Rant. First of all, seeing this person uses the names Doug Walker and Lindsay Ellis implies to me that this is supposed to be a fanfic about the real people. It's not about the nostalgia critic, it's about Doug Walker. So that's one flaw with this little spoof of how the Grinch stole Christmas. Here's another flaw with it. This little fanfic here promotes genocide. It promotes genocide! And this person had the nerve to mention 9/11. So this proves to me that this person has no sense of respect, has no sense of how others might feel when they watch this, and it just proves to me that this person is a sick, psychotic idiot. So, Mr. Rippity-Rip-Rip-93, you don't like the Nostalgia Critic, huh? Well, I have word for you. How about you don't watch his reviews at all? No one is making you sit down and watch them. So you don't have to watch them if you don't like them. Problem solved. And you want to know something? This was incredibly unrealistic. Because, you know, if you tried to do this in real life, you would not get away in your stupid spaceship. You would be thrown in jail for doing what you did. And the fact that you had Lindsay, yes, Lindsay, not the nostalgia chick, get raped? What the fuck is wrong with you, you son of a... Alright then, what are your thoughts on that freakout?
I thought it was definitely needed because that had to be the most obnoxious thing I had to listen to.
Indeed.
You could hardly understand half of it, and she just... wow.
That's the first episode she ever did where she didn't actually read anything. She just pressed play and that was it. She asked me that day to supervise her just in case, because she said this thing I might flip out, so just in case. So I'm glad that she trusted me enough to talk to me about it. I mean, I was just sitting there watching the entire time and just watching her facial expressions change. It's like, yeah, she's definitely going to flip out. I was getting mad. I mean, it was such a distasteful story, if I mean even to call it that.
It was very bad. It was very bad.
Yes, and you know, the person himself is a supposed internet reviewer. It's like, well, you're not that great of one.
Exactly, you're definitely not that good of one.
I'm sorry, but, you know, writing crap like that's not going to make people like you.
Exactly.
It's going to make you come across as a moron. Yeah, so that was that freakout. So for the number 9 freakout, we're going to call it What? Here we go. Is it me, or did she look like a goose when she yelled, what?
No comment.
It kind of sounded like it. What? Like honk. Oh my word. I could, oh jeez though.
We should just replace that segment with her audio in the background with a picture of a goose.
Yes, we should. I don't think she'd appreciate that though. It was.
No, I'd be in good humor though.
Yes, it was funny though. I mean, it was just hilarious. She's just like, what? It's like, oh my god. Oh my god. Indeed.
She had every right to blow up like that. Even I was like, what?
I was like downstairs cooking dinner at the time. And all I heard was, what? And I'm like, what the bloody hell? And I'm like, you know what, I'll just leave her alone. If I hear a huge thud, then I would know that she would probably, you know.
Yeah, probably.
Thankfully, she hasn't done that in a while.
That's good.
Alright, so now moving on to the number 8th freakout. This one is in the same episode. It's called The First Pregnancy Rant. First of all, during a lady's cycle, when it comes to when the egg comes down and stays in her uterus, it stays in there for a certain amount of time. The only time it comes down is when she's on her period. Because when a woman is on her period, that means the egg was not fertilized in time and the body is getting rid of the egg. That's what the PMS is. So, first of all, unless he was fucking her while she was PMSing, the egg would not be leaving her freaking uterus. If we ignore that and go into the next part, where it somehow traveled into his penis, wouldn't it be ejected from his penis when he ejaculated? I know that the story said that he pulled out before he did, but he would still ejaculate. So, there's another flaw in your stupid logic. Thirdly, how the heck would it travel up to his abdominal area? There is nothing in the sexual region for a man where it would go up into his abdominal area. How? How would it do that? How would it do that? How would it manage to embed
itself on his abs. If anything, it would somehow be in his stomach, not his abs. So did it magically pop up from underneath the muscle and is now between his skin and his frickin' abs? Well, and finally, even if the egg managed to get there, it would not be able to grow into a baby because it would not be able to be fed off of anything. A man does not have the stuff needed to have a baby grow. They do not have uteruses, they do not have umbilical cords, so the egg would just die. It would not grow into a baby, it would die. So this is not possible. Not freaking possible.
Indeed. That one.
Oh my lord.
Your thoughts?
Just, oh, it's too funny. Just how it builds up.
Yes, like you can tell she's losing her mind as she's reading it.
Oh yes, it's just bad. It's really bad.
Oh, indeed. And the logic of that story was so off.
I just like how she responded with, she's trying to be like, no, it can't possibly be that. Sadly
Yes.
for her brain.
I mean, technically the number 9th spot could have been included in the number 8th spot, but I wanted to keep them separate because the what could stand alone as its own freakout.
And just the build up to the fact that it's basically Mpreg was the best. It's just
like she knows it, but she's denying it.
She's like, no, that can't be it. And then when it is, she's just like, yep, what?
Alright, moving on to number 7. This is also part of episode 127. The second Mpreg rant, which is at the end of part 2. Which is a good 10-minute rant. We're only going to show you a small segment of it.
And what's worse? You want to know what's worse? She made him pregnant. This is an Mpreg fanfic. It's an Mpreg fanfic. It's an original character fanfic. And it's a real person fanfic, all packaged into one stupid shit bomb.
I wish I could have shown the whole thing, but I
It was
can't.
it was a rant that was up there with a meeting between friends, if not better.
Oh yes, that one was still fun. Just because of the bad webcam, it made it even funnier. Because when she's approaching the camera, she looked like a blob, like a.
It kind of like those horror movies.
Yes,
where
that's,
it's like,
that's what it looked like. She reminded me of Sadako or something. Well, what was her name? Samara
From the Ring?
Yes,
Yeah.
because the American version was Samara or something like that.
Yeah.
But it was great. I mean, it was kind of a rehash of the first pregnancy rant, but more angry. Like, this is her ranting about it, but she's still crazy about it, but she's, like, more calm, like, you know what I mean? Like,
She can't control herself now because she restrained herself through the duration of the story.
yes, she had to.
So she just blew up.
Yes, and I can't blame her.
Kaboom.
Can't blame her at all. So let's move on to the number 6 spot. This is from episode 128, I believe. I'm going to call this one Double Trouble. That's when Elle freaked out. And then it'll be the FanFic Critic Freaking Out. I will show both bits in its entirety because that's the only way the rant will work. So let's watch. Here we go.
Well, seeing you have a lot to say about this fanfic, I think I'll let you go first.
Game over, man! Game over! What the fuck was that? I know the violence was a controversy with the show premiere, but this is beyond controversial. This is soul-crushingly terrible. It's like watching your own car getting an oil change, and then someone puts Coca-Cola in the oil, so when you start the car, it won't start. And by the time you start it, there's so much sugar that the rusts, and you have no way to
They could have created Sonichu.
That's it.
That's right. They could have created Sonichu.
Fuck you, whoever on this fucking thing. I'm sorry.
It's okay.
I'm so sorry.
It's alright.
I'm so... Oh, God. Go on. Just go on. I can't. I can't. I'm sorry. I just... Let's go. Let's go. Go on.
Okay. This fanfic, Peek-a-Poon. You want to know what it should have been called?
I'll have a snack.
It should have been called
Pika-Shit! What the fuck was this? This was the worst thing I have ever read! Oh my god! You not have a Pokemon fuck you with a human and then they somehow make a baby that's a mixture between a human and a Pokemon? What sense does that make? This is what they call biology. You see, some species are compatible with each other and others are not. And something tells me that a Pikachu fucking a human would not be compatible. It would not be compatible.
That's the most depressing thing since Titanic, man.
No! It's even more depressing. You want to know why? Do you want to know why? This fanfic has good reviews.
No!
Yes.
No!
Yes.
No!
Yes.
No!
Yes.
Wow. Just wow.
His rant was pretty great too, but hers, she just looks so calm during his, and then you're not expecting her to do that.
Yeah, nor do you really expect this fanfic should be called Peacock.
Oh, I know. I just love that. Like, he's already all crazy, and you're thinking, wow, for once the fanfic critic is going to be calm when she does a rant. And then she's like, oh, you want to know what it should have been called? And then she just screams, Peacock shit! It was so funny.
Yes, it was. Except when you have the volume up and...
Oh.
Oh my lord.
Hey, at least with that camera, it's not this camera, but it was still better than the old webcam. The old webcam, oh my god,
Or
that
the one we used that kept warping our voices.
Oh, that piece of shit.
That was fun.
Yes, it made me sound so weird. But, yes, I mean, at the time, because I was in the other room, obviously, and I beat the crap out of him.
Oh yes, which was
Yes.
pretty insane.
Indeed. So, yes. That was a fun freak out. So, let's move on to the number 5 spot, which is from the Cupcakes review, Throwing the Jacket Out a Window. No. I refuse. I am not reading this fanfic. What the? No, 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 no. I am not reading this. Well, I guess I will not be reviewing cupcakes today.
jacket.
Yes, it's just weird how the internet works. It's like, I'm gonna make you review this fanfic. I mean, at least she tried to not review it.
Well, also, it's kind of the same basis where the camera follows you guys around everywhere.
I know, it's weird.
Or it just conveniently is recording and you see mysterious cameras but she don't. And you
Yes.
see her mysterious cameras but she don't.
Well, this one's not a mysterious one because you just saw me carry it downstairs.
Well, yeah,
so.
this one's obvious that we put it there.
Yes, but it's weird. I mean, internet logic is so bizarre.
It is. It really is.
And I noticed something else with our show. You know how May and Meg were confused in episode 120 about how that author knew so much about us?
Yeah.
Apparently the camera filmed everything that happened in between.
Weird.
And I even rewatched the bit where I was crazy. That was... Why did I dress like that? I only recently discovered it because I was like, how does he know all this? So I just looked it up. It was after we had done the 200th episode and it's like, oh, that explains so much. The camera kind of spies on us.
That is pretty creepy.
It spies on... Well, is it the camera? It might not be the camera. It might be someone else. I know she's watching us.
Ah.
Alright, let's move on to the number 4 spot. The first rant in the Sweet Apple Massacre review.
Oh, good lord.
Play the clip. Play the clip.
Please?
Play the bloody clip! You! I'm gonna kill you when I'm done with this review! No. Deep breaths, deep breaths. Think happy thoughts. Happy thoughts of hunting down the people who requested this fanfic and sticking their heads on pikes! Okay, shh. Just think happy thoughts of slicing their throats open. No. Shh. Whew. I am sorry for that little outburst. I'm the fanfic critic. I read it, you listen. And today's fanfic that I'll be reviewing is Sweet Apple Pie Massacre! I don't want to do it. I'm going to kill you. I'm going to kill you. I'm going to slice you all to pieces. I'm sorry for that outburst. I don't want to kill you all. I just want to kill the people who requested this fanfic to me. Okay, calm down. Yeah, Sweet Apple Pie Massacre. Yeah. Think of cupcakes, but 10 times worse.
I don't know why I was not doing that. So what were your thoughts on that?
Ew. Ew.
I noticed a fuck up though. She kept on saying Sweet Apple Pie Massacre. The fanfic was not called Sweet Apple Pie Massacre.
And she's a fanfic critic.
Well, she explained to me that when someone had first told her about that story, they called it Sweet Apple Pie Massacre. I think that's why.
But, ew.
But, oh well.
I remember that. And,
Yes.
ugh.
Okay, let's move on to the number 3 spot. The second rant in the Sweet Apple Massacre review. This one was, she was drunk, and then she had read the bit about him, I think eating the puke. That's where it takes off. That's when she, like, leaves the shot and you hear her screaming. Well, let's just play the clip and you guys will see what it is.
Hopefully.
Here we go.
It apparently doesn't like that clip.
Just play the bloody clip. Please do. Thank you.
One minute.
I'm surprised she did not puke when she was reading all of that.
I'm surprised. I can guarantee probably some of our viewers did.
Oh yes, I read the comments.
I had to shut my phone off.
Oh,
it was bad. I was like, nope.
It was
Nope.
disgusting. It really was. It's like, why would you write something like that? It's nasty.
It was gross.
Yes.
Absolutely atrocious.
Yes, at least her freakout was great. I don't know what she was doing. Just all those screeching sounds. She was probably like, oh, I don't know.
Ugh.
That's what actually woke me up when she was doing all those sounds. And watching the episode back, I'm surprised I did not wake up to her yelling at me in my room. I was really tired that day. Alright then, I kind of dreamed about it though, so I think I heard her in my sleep, but it was in my dream.
It was a very strange dream.
It was a very strange dream. It was very bizarre. But oh well. Let's move on to the number 2 freakout, which is from the most recent episode ad. Obviously not this one, because this one is airing as we speak. The 200th episode, FanFic Critic Freaking Out at all the EDs.
Apparently somebody doesn't like ED.
I know, but it was funny though.
Well, then again, a lot of people don't like ED.
Oh, that's ED.
Exactly.
They made one about her, but I'm not going to see if they made one about me. They
Nah.
probably have.
If anything, they probably smashed you two into the same page.
Probably. For some strange reason, people think that me and her are the same person. And they think her name is Megan Wessels. That's not her last name. Her last name is Poppins. You see, me and her were distantly related to Mary Poppins.
That would explain a lot.
Indeed it would, because she does kind of have magical powers. Okay then, let's move on to the number 1 freakout of the FanFic Critic. Kingdom Farts ending rant.
Oh, good lord.
There was nothing romantic or erotic about that at all! Shoving someone's face in someone else's butt crack and farting is not sexy. It is disgusting. And maybe to some people, humorous. What the hell is wrong with you people? What the hell is wrong with you people? You wanna...
Yeah, because I destroyed my camera because I was so mad. We now have to have the FanFic Critic back on the crappy webcam.
All because of you!
Yeah, now the FanFic Critic has been reduced to something similar to a commentator on YouTube.
All because of you!
Now, to say this isn't like her number one freakout, I'd still say her number 1 freakout would probably be killing me. Sorry, Meg. But this one does top it. It was in a funny stance. It was very, very funny. Wouldn't you agree?
Yes, and the fanfic was gross. It was just dumb.
It was so stupid, and I love how she read it though with the voices. Like she has like this high pitched, squeaky voice with all the girls and all not.
Oh man, that was good. It was definitely worth
And
it.
then she just keeps on destroying the camera. She was so mad. When I came home, she was like...
Yeah, she had to put that ending bit with text. She destroyed everything.
Yeah, so we had to go out and buy a new camera and whatnot. It was fun.
You guys must have been financially
Yes.
down a little.
So, that is the end of our list.
Nope.
Nope. What do you mean?
There's more.
No, there isn't.
Yes, there is.
What do you mean?
Here you go, friend.
Susan What? I have not had any freakouts. Okay, maybe I have. Let me see the list. 10 of them? I've had 10.
Yes, you have had 10.
Alright, I guess I might as well read it seeing I'm the host.
Alright, everybody, and now it's time for the top 10 Susan freakouts.
Number 10. This is from the last episode, and I guess I can see why. Friends, don't do that. Jeez, I didn't realize I was yelling that loudly. Well, they don't. I mean, the story was so stupid. You have it be that my character's this conniving bitch who is all butthurt because I got punched in the face. I mean, come on, Susan in the fanfic. What were you expecting? She was freaking out and you were trying to stop her from slitting her throat. Of course she was going to bloody punch you. And you're going to get mad about it? Really? There's worse things to get mad at. You could have got mad at her if she actually killed herself. But if you're trying to stop her from freaking out, Don't get mad. Get mad at the stupid idiot who wrote the fanfic in the first place. No. Instead, I'm going to get back at her by putting her in a boxing match and then having her get the crap eaten out of it. And in all realism, I've researched boxing a bit since then. There would be no way Susan would have gotten away with doing that because they would not have allowed her to put the fanfic critic in a match against a professional boxer.
Exactly.
Use your brain.
Research!
Number 9, the Tinkerbell rant. Oh, that episode. Because all animals are stupid and can't use instinct. No, it's all fairies telling us to do this thing. So when I have to go to the bathroom, there's a little shit fairy telling me to go take a shit. And when I'm hungry, there's a little hunger fairy telling me to go eat. And when I'm thirsty, there's a little thirsty fairy telling me to go drink. Apologize.
That one was pretty good. Oh yeah.
Do you have that other freak out
Oh,
as
yes.
as the number 1 spot?
Oh yes.
I guess it's karma for having my death be the number 1 freak out for her list. The number 8 is Oops.
I think you'll remember this one.
Play it.
Oh god! Yeah, I kinda did a cheat activation code on her. Yeah. Oops.
Oops. That's all you can say is oops. Oops. She's on the floor twitching, possibly brain damaged, and all you can say is oops.
It was just an overdrive freakout.
An overdrive freakout!
Watching it back, it's so funny. Your voice is, oops. Your thoughts?
Be very grateful I do not have my face pistol down here right now, and then there would be another oops. Number 7. First phaser blow up. First Halloween spit. Really?
Just the sight of that, just the mere thought of it would make me want to slit my throat. I would slit my throat right now if they did something like that.
When will you ever learn?
Susan?
I feel bad. I didn't... Your fault, just saying what your faults are.
Well, it was a blow up.
It wasn't really funny. I looked like a freaking psychopath.
Well, it still qualifies, sorry.
No, whatever.
Well, let's just go to the next one.
Number 6. A question mark. I think I remember what this one is. Play the clip.
No. Question mark. There are no questions. That's not a question mark there. That's a comma. I don't know how many times I have to say this, but if you're going to have the person ask a question, use a question mark!
Memory refreshed?
Indeed. That story was so stupid.
Indeed.
That was the episode where I decided to tie up the fanfic critic and I decided to review the fanfic myself. She wasn't very happy with me afterwards.
I would imagine.
Nope. I got the silent treatment for a few days afterwards. She was still nice to me, but she wasn't as chatty as she usually is. Because usually she's the more chatty of the two of us. She normally just talks to me and I listen, but I had to be the one trying to start conversations with her for a while after that because she was mad.
Yeah.
Oh well, I thought I was doing it for her own good, but I digress. Number 5. Don't insult my family.
Hey, I only call them as I see them.
There wasn't anything else you could have put there.
No, not really.
Am I really that low on freakouts compared to my cousin that you couldn't have found something more appropriate?
For a good long while, you didn't do anything.
I suppose you're right. Alright, let's move on to number 4. Oh, this one is from my sequel critic days. What happened to Flounder? Alright then, let's play it.
That is Flounder? That is Flounder? What did they do to you, Flounder? You were so cute and cuddly in the first movie, and now you're a big blimp!
I can't believe they did that to Flounder, though.
The hell kind of accent was that?
What, my voice? Yes, some people were questioning it. To be honest, when I first moved in with my cousin, I was trying to blend in, so I was trying to sound American, and it failed horribly. That's one of the reasons why Sequel Critic did not do very well. Eventually I got into saying fuck it and just did my normal accent as, time went by. Because it just, it's me, I can't really... I mean, I've gotten better at doing an American accent, but it's like, you know what? What?!
It's too funny!
It wasn't that bad.
Dude, should we play it again?
No.
It was pretty bad.
Oh my word. Let's move...
I'm sorry.
Let's move on to... Oh, I am proud of you. You put your own death as the number 3 freakout. Why would you do that?
I don't know. I found it entertaining.
I guess we're more alike than you think. Let's play it.
This isn't what it looks like. She's fine. She's just not here. She's
Dead.
No, she's not dead. If she was dead, there'd be a corpse.
Well, I don't see her anywhere.
I'm telling you the truth.
You need to be taken care of once and for all.
Ouch.
Yeah, it wasn't really that funny. Kind of creepy.
Kinda.
I'm sorry.
It's alright.
Uh,
Remember, I got cheats.
Oh yes, you do have cheats. Moving on to number 2. Me beating up Earl. A fond memory of mine.
Bloody hell.
Jesus Christ. Jesus bloody. Get off of me!
Just take me out of my misery, man. Just take me out of my misery.
Oh, if you insist.
Ouch.
Yes, such a fond memory of mine. Not as fond as when I had finished him off with my cousin's straight blade. had dumped his body into the river and watched it float away, never to be seen again.
You do realize you just confessed to murder on YouTube?
Yes, and she has killed people countless times on YouTube, and she still hasn't been arrested. And it was for a good cause. He was a stalker and a creep.
I'll agree with that, but never mind.
It's the internet. People die every day. For all I know, he could have been brought back somehow.
Maybe.
I never really liked him. Moving on to the... Really? You have this freakout be called spanking the FanFic Critic with a face pistol? I didn't spank her with the face pistol. I shot her with it. It wasn't like I was aiming at her butt either.
That's not what it... Never mind.
You're referring to that bloody fanfic. We're not going to show the fanfic, we're just going to show the clip. Doesn't matter if you didn't go through with it. The mere thought of you killing yourself is enough to send me over the edge. I told you, I warned you to not even think about committing suicide, or there would be dire consequences to pay. And right now, you are paying them. You stop! Shut up!
I'm sorry, it had to be done. You know it did.
It's not funny.
I'm sorry.
I still feel bad about doing that.
Hey, it's alright. It happens.
Especially seeing someone decide to write a fanfic about it, it made it 10 times worse. I'm sorry, the last thing on my mind at that moment was I'm going to strip my cousin half naked and spank her with a ruler. We don't even have a ruler. And I would not want to see my cousin's bare butt. I had the accidental viewage of it one time. I don't need to see it again, and now it's stuck in my head. Ugh. Fans, stop writing spank fics about us. It's disturbing, and I do not want to spank my cousin. No. I'm sure Lesbian Jesus would love to, because she's probably turned on by that.
She's the motivation for half of these fanfics, I bet.
Oh, it wouldn't surprise me at all if she's like planting these little seeds. Hey, write a fanfic about them spanking each other. Poof. Hey, write a fanfic about them fucking each other. Poof. It's like, go away! There's plenty of other humans you could be obsessing over. Why you obsess over us? Don't act like you can't hear me. I know you can hear me. Up yours! Gonna ignore me like that. What? She is here! I know she's here. She hasn't shown herself in a while, but I know that she's here. She's spying on us and probably giggling and jacking off as we speak. Do goddesses even jack off? Do they even... Is that even her real form?
I have a question.
What?
Why are we even on this topic?
I don't know. Oh, indeed.
Exactly.
Yes, let's stop talking about it. So that's the lists. The top 10 FanFic Critic Freakouts. Well, one of the top 10s, not the most brilliant one, but...
And the top 10 Susan freakouts. That was a blast.
Maybe for you. Wasn't for me. But...
Hey, this episode was a surprise. It's going to be a
Indeed.
surprise for the FanFic Critic, and it was a surprise for you.
Indeed. So... What to do now?
I do believe this is the time we sign off and say goodbye.
Okay. Thank you for watching today's episode of FanFic Critic.
Yes.
The official season premiere will be on whenever she can get to it. Thank you all for watching, and thank you, Arcang3lAssassin, for joining me.
Not a problem.
So if you will join me upstairs, we have a lot to talking to do.
No!